first came to Rebellion, you know, I was very wary of that whole punk thing. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah, we were all. I think we were all aware of it first time. Everyone is first time to do it.
It's not about because I know now the people in Rebellion is great. I think it's just you know what is punk? Well, what is punk? Well, punk for me. This is what I want to do.
You're doing your own interview.
I'm interviewing you. I'm interviewing you now because I want to tell you first that you know when me and Ruffy were there at the beginning, the adverts were out, and we heard the adverts, and me and Gary Gilmore's eyes, and I know we're talking about the past, but it was an amazing thing. And then years later, backstage at a Henry Rollins gig of all places, I saw you in gay advert, and I was like, so you are like. I can't use the word royalty because you don't get any. But I mean, you are, though, aren't you? I mean, you were really there before I even picked up the bass, and I've been going a long time.
We were certainly one of the first ones.
Yeah, and I've been going a long time, so you were very inspirational, and still are. And here you are doing your whole thing.
I thought you were already up and running by the time we got going.
Not Gary Gilmore's eyes, no.
Because that was summer '77.
Yeah.
Well, when did you sort of really go?
It's not my interview, is it? Well, 77 we sort of started, but not really. We hadn't recorded anything.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, but the weird thing is, even like, you know, all the bands sounded totally different, even if they were kind of inspired or you know, or they'd heard bands that were going through. Like, you couldn't compare Ruts and the adverts. You couldn't compare any of the bands really. Like adverts, Buzzcocks, Damned, and you know, Subs and Pistols, Clash, they all sounded completely different. And the weird thing is now you say, well, that was punk rock. Yeah, but actually all the bands were totally different. So it wasn't about the way they sounded. You know, whatever. If you're saying what is punk rock, it wasn't about the way they sounded. It was something else because they all sounded different.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's individuality. I'd like to say. I mean, and Ruffy, there's Ruffy today. He's like check suit.
Yeah.
I think, and he said. I just want to stand out and look different. And I thought, well, fucking, that's actually it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but loads of people are. I see. There's so many different looks.
Yeah, which is
in Rebellion, you get the full Mohican, like full classic punk, and then you get people, you know, wearing Hawaiian shirts or you know.
So what do you
think dressed up as tigers, you know.
What do you think of Rebellion? I mean, you must have played quite a few.
I think I've played everyone.
Everyone. How has it evolved in your eyes?
Well, I think it's pretty much still the same spirit as it was right at the beginning, you know, the first time I came. Because I came thinking, oh God, a bunch of old punks reliving their past glories, you know.
I'm glad you said that because I feel that.
Well, you know, because you try and so rigorously avoid nostalgia things, don't you?
Well, fuck yeah. I mean, but even what you just said about it, you know, your first single and everything, we try to avoid anything that had gone before, really. And why would you try and be assimilated and go, oh, at last we've been accepted?
Yeah.
Well, really.
Well, the weird thing is it's still kind of an outside thing to the rest of like what's going on in the town, you know. But what it felt like when I realised what Rebellion was about, it was like coming back to my community. You know, it's like coming together with your family. And it wasn't like cheapo, nostalgic kind of indulge in the past.
I feel like that now. I mean, it's been great.
Yeah. Love it. You see all the people you know, and
it's just really nice. Without being, we're so without patting
ourselves on
the back or being too okay, without piping slippers. It's like the piping slippers of the punk industry.
Well, I don't feel like piping slippers.
No, you're still very vital. I mean, I think that's what it's got to be. You've got to be vital, and you still got to be doing what you're doing now.
And you inspire so many new.
Well, I hope so.
Definitely.
I mean, the nice thing was that first one in like '96 or whatever. No one had done a solo show before ever, and I was completely bricking it beforehand because I thought, you know, not having been there before, it's going to be loads of bands, and I'm going to come on with the keys guitar, and like just from the moment I walked on stage, I got, you know,
you demand the space.
You know, they loved it.
I
thought, wow, great.
Did that last night thanks to you, and it was like, God, that's only the second acoustic gig we've ever done as
It's great, wasn't it? Really.
Well, I was so shit. You know, because I was like, Ruffy, when you were right, I'm always nervous, but I was like, oh God, I'm trying to remember new lyrics, and I was wandering up and down the street here, like, I've written a new song, oh Christ. And someone said, what's about? What are you doing? I said, try and remember lyrics. He said, I know all your songs. I said, well, you don't know this one's a new one. They went, what? You know, so...
You don't do new stuff as well, do you?
No. Obviously, that's what I mean. Well, you do. You keep writing, don't you?
Yeah, well, so do you.
So yeah, tell us. I've got In the Name. What was
In
it?
the Name of Love.
In the Name of Shane McGowan. What are you doing now?
Yeah. So what are you fucking doing now?
Yeah, tell us about what you're up to.
Well, same as usual, really. Doing new gigs, new album, new book.
New book.
Right. So what's have you written the book?
It's the 5th of my tour diary books. 5th of
Right.
last.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I thought I've been doing these books now, and they've been going down really well. So last year I decided to write. They're like best of on tour. You know, if something good happens on tour, some interesting, I write them down and make the tour diary books out of them. And then last year I thought, at the start of the year I thought, well, it'd be a laugh just to do every single gig. And at that point, I didn't know I was going to end up doing 127 gigs and go to Russia and go to Argentina.
Wow.
So
you never stopped, did you?
I've
never
how
seen
many
you
gigs do you think you do in a year?
Well, I did 127 last year, I know, because I wrote them all down for the diary.
That's like one
Does that
every
beat Charlie Harbour?
3 days.
It does now. It does nowadays, actually. Yeah.
And do you go on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like doing it? Like.
Apart from the band tours, I don't go on my own for those.
Yeah.
But I do occasional band tour with teenagers, like last
were in
year.
Europe,
We did the German one last year. We just done the Spanish one. But no, I mean 90% was on my own, and you know, I love it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
you
only
can just argue with yourself.
Indeed, that's don't we all? But the thing is that I'm not on my own, because every time when I get to gig, I see all the people I know. You know, it's like my friend circle is split up all over the world. You know, so it's lovely going to places and seeing people you haven't seen for 6 months or a year, and seeing them again, having a catch up.
What was it like playing in South America?
Brilliant. Yeah, never been to Argentina before. And it's another typical kind of punk rock thing. It's the guy who books the gigs came over to England, London 25 years ago, met me and got a gig, and he stayed at our place and said, oh, one day I'll get you over to Argentina. In the meantime, he's promoting gigs in Argentina, big bands, and eventually he said, come over. So these things really go around in the punk scene, you know, no big professional anything, just a bunch of people making it happen.
That's what
How do you,
keep doing.
behind the scenes, how do you travel?
Well, train.
Just on your own? You don't have a drive?
No, I go by train and well, obviously plane if it's abroad, and bus sometimes.
That sounds like a boring question, but for me that's really interesting.
Well, yeah,
No,
I mean that's another reason I write the books, because people don't know.
Yeah.
So kind of like telling the mechanics of how it works. You know, I can carry one suitcase, you know, it's got to be maximum 23 kilos on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm stuffing it full of merchandise because I want stuff to sell on the whole tour.
It's a
you
sad
know, might be a
truth.
few, you know, personal items of clothing.
Yeah. Well, we've had one where you can't take those clothes because you've got to take the merchandise.
Exactly. So you take the travel soap instead and
you can buy something while you're over there, hopefully you sell it.
Yeah, hopefully you come back with nothing except the dirty washing.
I mean, but you are, like, you know, Mr. DIY, aren't you? Because your merch and everything you do. We just talked about it before the cameras were rolling.
Are they rolling?
Are they rolling? I hope so.
That was the old days, mate. They're digital now. They're clicking.
Don't roll. Show me age. Yeah, so you do all that, and you don't get bored with doing that.
Well, you get bored with some bits of it. I mean, it's
Bits
pain
that are
in
not
the arse carrying boxes around and setting up merchandise and waiting around in the dressing room. But, you know, that's the same for every musician. Is the waiting around and travelling. It's well, you make the best of it, and you get good stuff out of it. But half of it, a lot of it is just mind-numbingly tedious or worse. You know, like dashing to get a connection between two trains when you're dragging a suitcase and guitar around. You know, it's not fun.
The admin is.
Yeah.
That's too much.
I need a slave labour to do that sort of stuff. I need someone to exploit, but I exploit myself instead.
Well, get the book out. I've got quite. Yeah, all good. You, any more gigs this weekend, or are you done?
Oh, I'm done now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, come on.
Have you? What are you doing?
Tonight, isn't it? 11:15.
Oh, you're doing the.
Main band, yeah. Main band.
Is it?
Can't remember who's in it.
It's the full band.
Who's in it? Me. There's 3 piece. Me, Ruffy, and Lee tonight.
So
No Moliver.
Oh, so you're doing it as another kind of acoustic,
No.
Electric
It's
one.
the electric full-on 3 piece.
just as a 3-piece?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Different set. We're going to do a song tonight that we haven't done since 1982.
You'll be walking up and down the street trying to remember the lyrics then.
Well, I know the old ones because if I stop, everyone else starts singing along. Yeah.
Just
So,
pretend,
yeah.
pretend you intended it to be a sing-along.
Christ,
At the moment where you forget
the
the
worst
lyrics.
ones when you get the lyrics once are in a rut and everyone's singing along and
When
then
they
you
know it
sing them wrong.
when they know it better than you
No,
do.
yeah, because they piss me off.
Exactly.
And then the other one is, you must have this, where people are miming and they're miming the wrong lyrics, and you're going, that's not right, and they're going like, and they're miming and they're just trying, and you go, I said, you're going to mime the lyrics, get it right. I said, because it's really putting me off.
Well, they jump on stage, knock you out of the way and sing the wrong ones.
Yeah, but no, we don't just do it because we're all piece of people trying to get on doing that as well.
Yeah, gonna go watch that. That's great. That's in that middle stage. Isn't
But
it?
I've asked in Welsh to introduce us.
Okay.
He said no.
Oh.
No, he might. He said, yeah, I. He said, I don't know what that means. It's Scottish. Yeah.
So
So
someone will have to introduce him because no one knows what he looks like.
no, that's right. Well,
If you go on first and say, this is Irving Welsh and he's going to introduce us, and then he can introduce you.
It was interesting watching his story today. I hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I like the film, but.
Yeah.
well, that's
And
just
what
the
he said
film. But
about,
before that, that's why I wanted to
heroin,
interview
That was
him.
really good.
I wanted to interview him as well because he comes out of punk before that, you know. So he's quite an interesting story. He is, as you say. He's a madman.
What kind of
Is it-
music do you listen to on your iPod, or
I don't.
you don't listen to music?
No.
That's
I
wicked.
say that came out wrong.
That's great.
I do listen to
Yeah.
some music, but I don't listen to it on the road. I mean, there's just a few albums, you know, that get me and I really love and I'll listen to lots.
And which ones are they?
Well, the last one I really went for was the Chris Tito's last album, which, The Bear with Chris Tito and his band, which I think is a fabulous album.
I don't know that.
No, well, see, I'm trying to draw people into the Chris T world. He's great.
Christy T.
Chris T, yeah, really good. And yeah, I love the Lost Leatherface album. I can never think of records off the top
Yeah,
of my
no.
head.
it's
no,
a
no,
bad
that's-
I do. I
question.
mean, I love it. You know, when I get music that turns me on, it's just the
And
greatest
you
feeling in the
hear
world.
loads of live
You know,
music.
I hear loads of live music on you know, obviously when bands playing with me, and so at Rebellion I don't actually see anyone really generally because it's just I'm on the virtual day chatting to people and I don't want the stress
You have
of
to look
like
after
trying
your
to God,
fans.
you're going here now there
Yeah.
and everywhere. You know, it's actually a chance for me to stand there, and if people want to say hello to me, I'm there. You know, it's like being at the merch stand selling CDs is a signal to people if they want to come and say hello, they can do. You
Yeah.
know, that's why I stand there really. I mean, apart from obviously
Oh,
wanting to
it's
sell
lovely.
CDs.
You're really committed to fans, and your love and
Absolutely.
that
Well,
really
without-
comes out.
Without them, I'm nothing. I know that.
Yeah.
You know, nothing. If I'm standing there in an empty room, it's not a gig. You know,
It's
it's
not.
only a gig because they're there.
Although we've done a few of them.
We know the feeling. That's why I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the 7 people at Middlesbrough Rock Garden. That was good.
Yeah.
And half of them were saluting.
Oh god, yeah. That's
another
worse than no one there, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
really, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean that is the way that you know it's character forming when you have those periods, and we've all had them. I certainly have. You know, through the 80s when there was no gigs, and when you did get one, no one came. So you know that really makes you.
Yeah.
Grateful. You know, and makes you
Yeah.
realise your place in this, and your place is to do your music. You know, to what you believe in. And if they get it, they'll come, you know. But if you're not doing the right thing, they won't come, and they're right, you know. You learn
You're right,
from,
you are right.
You learn
You are
from
right.
them what your position in this mixture is.
That's quite wise.
I think that, but I think my empty gigs were just badly promoted.
Not enough posters. That was it.
What the? Never mind, you
Never
don't shit
put up
music.
any posters.
Excuse me.
I was great.
You've been doing really shit music.
That's why we didn't put any posters up.
Oh.
You're rubbish.
Yeah. Well,
We thought we were getting the Ritz.
yeah.
We asked for BB
The
Smith.
Ritz.
We thought we were getting BB King.
Not Ritz
Who the fuck
DC.
are you?
Not even the original members of the Ritz. It's
Ritz
Ritz
AC.
DC.
It was ACDC.